In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at a fixed blade knife from a company that I at least am more familiar with for their folding knives. Talking about the Civivi Elementum. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. Today, that something sharp, as I said, is this Civivi Elementum fixed blade knife. We're going to talk about the details of this thing, do some of that good old knife testing, and probably even check the balance on this one. But first, a quick word from this video's sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Hog Holsters. Hog Holsters are made in the USA in Arizona, and they are without a doubt the most comfortable concealable holster I've ever tested. You can save 10% on your order at Hog Holsters by using the coupon code Survival on Purpose, all one word. That's hogholsters.com. Thanks to Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get down to the old stump top and get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Okay, so here again is the Civivi fixed blade Elementum tactical knife. This, by the way, is model C2105B. This one has a satin finish blade and micarta scale handles. They're calling these dark green. It's also available with a black stonewash blade and black G10 handles, or a Damascus blade with ebony wood handles. The overall length of the Elementum's fixed blade is 8.48 inches, or for those of you still stuck in that old metric system, that's 215.3 millimeters. The knife features a 3.98 inch or 101 millimeter satin finished D2 blade with a hardness of 59 to 61 and a hollow grind. The handle length is 4.5 inches or 114.3 millimeters. The blade thickness is 0.14 inches or 3.5 millimeters. The handle thickness is 0.49 inches or 12.5 millimeters. And the weight on this knife is 4.41 ounces or 125 grams. Comes with a black Kydex sheath with a Bob Terzola design clip T-clip, which allows you to adjust the thickness of your belt and also adjust the orientation of the blade to carry it however you want to. It has a tied black lanyard, and the MSRP on this knife is 90 bucks. I found it on Amazon for 77 bucks. It fits into the sheath very, very positively. And again, this thing has got a little drainage hole here, and it's got several lashing points. You can orient this a lot of different ways. You can see it is a full tang knife, a little bit of a finger guard here, a little bit of a choil here, a sharpening choil, and some very, very comfortable jimping back here. Slight swedge on the front, and it feels really sharp. I think we need to do some standard testing, and one of the tests I always like to do is the internationally standard sharpness test, the redneck sharp test. Let's see how she does in that. So let's get our testing medium in place, and we'll just see how well it works. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Look at that. Would you just look at all that horror there? Okay, we'll try the other side of the blade just to make sure there's no aberrations in the grind. Oh man, look at that. Wow. Okay. She passes the redneck sharp test. Let's get to doing some of that knife stuff. One of the things I think is really important that a knife be able to do is help you build a fire, because in a situation where you need a fire, you need a fire. So, got this piece of wood. It's been out here in the rain for a couple of days now, so I can't believe we're still talking about the controversy about batoning a knife, but this is an example of why you might want to baton with your fixed blade knife if you're trying to build a fire. And you see the outer wood looks like it's kind of damp here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get down into the inner wood where there's some dry wood. Now we have dry all around. So the next, we're going now, right? See if we can carve some of those there curls to make some tinder. Would you just look at that? Now, I'm gonna reach down into storage, get the old piece of fat wood that's been out here for going on 10 years now. See if we can get us a little bit of that fat wood fire starting going on. And because I like me some fat wood. We'll let that just fall back into storage and we'll see see if we can scrape something here now. That might be enough. Even the choil is not really that sharp. Just want you to look at that. That is a thing of absolute beauty, and oh, ever so lovely. Now, I'm going to take my second favorite ferro rod with my first favorite ferro rod as a backup, and we're going to see if we can get some sparks off this thing. I am not highly optimistic. Nothing there, and I didn't think it would. There's really nowhere even remotely like a 90-degree spine, but because I have my first favorite ferro rod here, would you just look at that? Oh yeah. Always, always, always. Okay, well, as far as the practical testing on the Civivi Elementum, got to say, other than the fact that there's not a sharp area of the spine anywhere to scrape a ferro rod or scrape anything, it did very, very well. The sucker passed the redneck sharp test like one of the top ones I've ever tested. It carves really well. It just, everything, it feels good in your hand. It does great. I like the fact that the point of the blade, the drop point is pretty much center of handle, so it really gives you, it's very workable. It's a very workable knife design for sure. Very lightweight, very comfortable. You can use this for EDC or for camping stuff, for bushcraft or whatever. But as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we are all about the science. And to that end, we maintain a state-of-the-art cutting-edge knife testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters. And one of the tests we like to do on every fixed blade knife is to check the aerodynamic balance using the balance, orientation, and rotation device. I think we would be remiss if we didn't test this one, but I'm going to remove the lanyard off of here because typically that interferes with the aerodynamic characteristics of the blade. So we're going to take it out here like that. I don't know if I'll ever get it back in or not. Oh well. Anyway, that being said, I think we should get all scientific, don't you? And remember, always, scientific methodology is very, very critical to proper testing. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think we're going to call this one balanced. Chuck Norris can make you stand in the corner of a round room. Okay, so that was hopefully a reasonably coherent and moderately entertaining look at the Civivi Elementum fixed blade knife from the folks at Civivi. And my goal is to get more back into the Sharp Saturdays as we get into 2024. I think this was a good knife to include. I'm pretty happy with this thing. The only thing negative I might have is there's nowhere to strike a ferro rod. That can be solved pretty easily with a file, but other than that, this thing absolutely rocks the house. So I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on this knife, and I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.